It's week 2 of the NFL, and we'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bengals and the Rams, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Straight ahead, a rematch of Super Bowl 56, and it should be a good one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
Here we go. Right 80. Nice one.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And they'll get it all the way up about 5. Midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And now a throw on first down there, but you talk about this Rams defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Well, this defense for the Rams, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Rams offense. Locked up to start their initial drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener through a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Second down and a yard.
Ready?
Young off the play fake. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
97. Set.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Ready.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Rams 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
6. Mega.
Young. And he fires one incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
On second down, McCaffrey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4th-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Striker, check striker.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. Oh, he put him on the carpet, a fumble, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 111 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
Second down and 4. Young will set to throw. That's complete to Dill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Young from the shotgun. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. A play fake. Now Young. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. Touchdown, Rams. Tommy Trimble, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time.
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. Got his man, Dell.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. But their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb absorb whatever else happens after that.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the second.
Just past the 35 at the 36.
Oh, boy. Christian McCaffrey shaken up. So hold everything here as they're going to take a look at it. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now.
Here we go.
Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Got a man, it's London. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From midfield now, Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This one downfield to Burks.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Young now.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Young. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll throw again. Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Young to throw it. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Tank Dell.
27 yards.
And the Rams are able to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Fielded just inside the 20. And an 8-yard return there after the punt of 47.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now Young. And he will find his man on the outside. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Now here's Young.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. Young to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. To the air once more, Young. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
12. 11 empty.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That is caught.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Bryce Young and the offense out for their next series.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing, Young. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Oh, Young loses it.
And the Bengals grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
On 1st and 10, Young.
He gets this one to Burks.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now a 2nd down throw for Young.
A shot downfield for Burks. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Young. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that.
Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They run straight ahead here with White. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
It's Young off play action. First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They run into heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
1st down, here's White. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Young. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Myles Murphy
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud. Well, they have that one sniffed out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bengals offense returns to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they can't bring him down. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And the Rams getting set to go now.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a hit and a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running out to the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Young will set to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now it's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Burrow looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is good. He just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Young. A shot downfield for Burks. That is incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Looking to throw, Young. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Young on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Here comes the Rams punter now. He's been terrific so far. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Play action. It's Burrow. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a first down throw for Young. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Young. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
This is brought in at the 21. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage
What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Young looks to throw on first down. And this is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now here's Young.
Taking a shot for Dell here.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Throw left side, complete to Chase.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
That throw by Young incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Young. A bullet throw, but incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Rams' 39-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because...
Oh, Young loses it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Young to throw it. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
A loss of 10 yards.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brand